And a good Tuesday to you. The Seattle Kraken's 4-game winning streak came to an end last night in a shootout loss to the Vancouver Canucks, 3-2 the final. Jared McCann and Ryan Winterton provided the Kraken with the offense, but Seattle could not come up with anything in the shootout.
For 1 minute and 6 seconds, Jared McCann. One-timer score! Jared McCann! Got it! 1-0 Seattle. Right off the face-off, a power play goal.
But when you throw an elbow like that, that should be a penalty. And
just like that, Linus Karlsson ties the game at 1. Melanson, he'll carry in, has some speed, has some time. Melanson in front, they score! Ryan Winterton got it! 2-1 Seattle.
I got people texting me all the time, letting me know that the shots are coming from John Bonforzi.
Here's a Pettersson who scores. Elias Pettersson took the feed from Evander Kane, and we're tied at 2. Stevenson comes back for Seattle the other way. Tried to cut back in front, loose, and Ellie Tolman into the line. A shot broken, stick deflected right on. Lankinen with a save, he'll hold on. Back to McCann, let a shot go, the save made. Berkeley Catton turns, he'll let a shot go, the save made again by Lankinen.
2 shoulder saves by Kevin Lankinen.
Well, I think that's fair to say.
Here's a chance for Ryan Winterton cutting in. He'll let a shot go, save made. Rebound back in front. Lankinen with a save off McCann, he'll hold on to the blue line. And we are going to head to overtime. Shane Wright dropped it off. Trying to cut in. Here's a chance for Wright. Shoots and the save made. Penalty upcoming against Vancouver. He's tied up by Hronek.
Hronek. He's made a couple of dynamite plays here.
9 seconds left. Puck comes free. Here's a one-timer in front. Save made by Lankinen. Offense done. And we are going to head to a shootout. All right, Eberle looking for his first shootout goal of the season in round number 3. Here's Jordan Eberle in. Save made by Lankinen, low on the glove side, and he scooped it up easily, and Vancouver can win it right here. All right, so opportunity for Liam Ogren to win it for Vancouver against Joey Decord. Ogren in, scores. Vancouver wins it in the shootout, 3-2.
Kraken coach Lane Lambert and McCann and Winterton said in their post-game comments that they played well enough to win, just didn't happen.
Look, we played a good hockey game. We had our opportunities, obviously like the last 25 minutes, I think we outshot them 19-3. We had some real good looks, some real good, chances to score in regulation for that matter. Their goaltender played well, and, we keep doing that and playing that way, we'll have success more often than not.
You got to give him credit. He played well. We made some big saves for them. We peppered and we played well. We did. We had some good opportunities offensively. Hadn't been in their zone quite a bit, and we should be proud of ourselves tonight.
Obviously you want to win. That's always the goal. But I thought there's a lot of positive we can take from tonight. Like you said, he was a good goalie. So some nights you just can't beat him for whatever reason. But we'll take the positives and get out of here.
Seattle rings in the new year Thursday at Climate Pledge Arena against Nashville. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock on Prime Video and Kong TV. Women's college basketball last night. Washington State pummeled Bushnell. I thought that was just a, you get the binoculars, Bushnell. Anyway, 78-37 the final. Behind the 17 points from Courtney Grossman. Avery Howell and Elle Landine each scored 23 points to lead Washington over Northwestern, 94-73. Gonzaga hosts Pepperdine tonight at 6 on ESPN+. Turning to the men's schedule tonight, number 7 Gonzaga plays at San Diego at 6:30. That's on ESPN+. Washington State and Seattle U meet at Climate Pledge Arena. That's at 7, also on ESPN+. Well, Seattle's defense had a stellar game against Carolina Sunday in a 27-10 win. Seahawks held the Panthers to a total of 139 net yards of offense. That's on the day. The victory with the longest pass play being just 8 yards. Coach Mike Macdonald impressed to learn that stat as well.
It's funny, you didn't know that until they told us after the game. I'll say this: our guys played a great game. They played really hard. Our communication was on point. I felt like we were ahead of plays, just in terms of being ready to go, like cleats in the ground, making our calls, looking at the right stuff, and then just playing really hard through the echo of the whistle. And that's DBs and front guys included. There's a couple rushes that, that Bryce was able to extend plays, and he's a really good player, and that's going to happen. But there's some rush lane things we can clean up. But for the most part, our guys rushed really well, and they rushed and they played off one another, and I think that really helped the secondary also come to life as well.
Seattle wraps up the regular season with a Saturday night game in Santa Clara against the 49ers. Macdonald was asked how that changes their preparations, if at all.
Well, it's to me, it's like it's a West Coast trip. So it's a one-day trip for us, and you start there and work backwards. There's a balance of how do you get your guys recovered and body ready to go, and also how many reps do you get, what speed, things like that. Right now we have a plan. The guys are going to come in tomorrow afternoon, and it's kind of like a Thursday Sunday combo, if that makes sense. So but then once we hit the ground on Wednesday, like the scheduling is this Wednesday, football Thursday, we'll take it from there. But tomorrow will be a little bit different for the guys.
Seattle faced San Francisco in week 1 of the season, falling 17-13 at home. Coach Macdonald says the Seahawks have evolved quite a bit since then.
It's funny. I just think we've grown as a defense, and as coaches included, of how we prepare our guys. I think we have a better feeling for what our guys are good at and what they can handle on a game plan basis. We had to pivot pretty drastically in that game, and that happens. It happens all the time, and you got to be able to do that to win. And so, we're gonna have a plan this game that we feel great about, hopefully, and you got to kind of have a backup plan too if things don't really go your way. You never know what's going to happen, but I would just say we just have a better understanding of who we are, who can do what, how much we can carry, all those things. I feel like we have more clarity at this point, which I'm actually glad that's the case. Otherwise, I wouldn't be very good job on.
Seattle got some help from Atlanta last night as the Falcons upset the Rams 27-24 to drop LA to 11-5. A win Saturday night would give the Seahawks the NFC West title and number 1 seed overall in the NFC. Now Seattle loses, they could slip all the way back to the number 5 seed with a wild card playoff game on the road at either Carolina or Tampa Bay. The Prep Boys basketball schedule had 5 games for North Central Washington teams yesterday, including 2 in the Sundome. Hanford topped Eastmont 66-51 at the Sundome shootout. Quincy fell to Fort Vancouver 57-46, while Le Center beat Brewster 81-74. In other action, Chelan topped Okanagan 83-58, while Bonners Ferry beat Lake Roosevelt at Reardon 69-51 the final. Brewster played early this morning. They did win today over Kingsway Christian down in Yakima, 59-55 the final in that one. Also, Quincy was following up against Le Center. Reardon, the location for Lake Roosevelt, battling Peninsula. Moses Lake hosting Ridgeline. Tenasket plays at Jenkins Chewelah, and Chelan's hosting Cashmere at 7:15. Waterville Mansfield visits Wilson Creek at 7:30. Girls play last night. Walla Walla down Moses Lake 47-36. Chelan took out Okanagan 59-47. Bonners Ferry topped Lake Roosevelt in Reardon. Pateros ran past Orcas Island at Mount Vernon Christian 71-16 the final in that one. Reardon, the site for the Lake Roosevelt and 9 Mile Falls. They're out of Lakeside today. Ridgeline visiting Moses Lake. Tenasket takes on Jenkins Chewelah, hosting Chelan hosting Cashmere. Also, Pateros playing Forks at Mount Vernon Christian. That's tonight at 7:15. If you're hankering for some wrestling, well, that's happening at Eastmont High School today. Bunch of teams in town for the Cat Classic. That includes Eastmont as well as Moses Lake, Quincy, Tenasket, Wenatchee. There's a bunch of them over at Eastmont High School. That'll wrap up tonight. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Have a happy Tuesday.